Hello, my name is Greg Smith. I'm the Solid Waste Director for Anderson County. Grew up here in Anderson County. Went to Nevitt Forest Elementary School, went to McCants Middle School, and T.O. Hanna, graduated from there. Then I went to Anderson College then, it's Anderson University now, graduated from there, and then went to Lander University. And then got married and have 2 kids.
When you were in school, in college, did you have any idea what you wanted to do?
Basically coming out, I thought I wanted to go in more of a manufacturing type area and industrial and all that. I wound up going to work for Coca-Cola for several years.
When it was in Anderson?
When it was in Anderson, and then moved to Greenville with it, and then came back working in Anderson for the county. I guess you could say my biggest stress reliever is doing things with my family and fishing. My son and I fish a lot of tournaments, so we spend a lot of time with that.
Tell me about the fishing. Is Lake Hartwell your home lake?
We classify Lake Hartwell as a home lake, but we also fish a lot at Russell, Murray, Lake Kiowee. Just come in third in a tournament up there this past weekend. So Fishing and Fishers of Men this year, and another local club. So we spend a lot of time, and my son, he fished collegiately a little bit in high school and qualified for 3 national championships in the college times. So we've stuck with it, and I'm sure we'll keep sticking with it.
It's bass fishing.
It is bass fishing.
So you've got to get the boat and all the other kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
When we have these tournaments, the big tournaments that come to Green Pond, you're kind of in hog heaven, aren't you?
Oh, I love working the tournaments, and so does he. The big names come to town, and we've met a lot of them over the years, going to classics here and there and all over the place, and certain other things that they may have a thing at that we meet these guys. So, and they're all very nice, and we enjoy when they come to town, because it brings a lot of people from out of town, out of the country into our county. So it gives us a lot of prestige from that.
When you came to Anderson County, you were hired as what?
I was the route supervisor over the trucks, which was the trucks that went out to the convenience centers picking up all the 40-yard containers and compactors for trash and recyclables and all that.
Give me the history of those convenience centers.
Well, I started back in '97, and basically you had the block walls up, maybe a chain trying to hold people back, and they just kind of dumped into a container. Where we've stepped it up, building nicer convenience centers, bigger convenience centers due to the traffic volume to make it safer for our residents. You'll see like a 42-inch wall where you have to dump over your couches, and your metal has to keep somebody from falling in. I get questioned about that a lot, but it is for the safety of our employees as well as our residents. And we've developed more recycling and a cleaner recycling program, because back in '97 when I came, all the trash was taken to 2 different MRFs, the one at White Street and one in Belton.
And MRF stands for what?
Material Recovery Facility. Basically, you would bring the trash in here, go through the regular trash, and try to pick out recyclables from it. Well, that's not as profitable as having a cleaner product. So we ask our residents to do it the proper way, clean out their containers and all, and then we collect it at the sites, and then once it comes into the MRF, we'll go through it, bale it like cardboard, aluminum cans, steel cans, and plastics. Your detergent bottles and Coca-Cola bottles or soft drink bottles, all that.
We have how many convenience centers in Anderson County?
We have 17 convenience centers. Some are just recyclable, some are full, that handle the trash, the C&D type material, which would be your couches, your chairs, your tables, carpet, that kind of stuff. Also take the metal, your washing machines, refrigerators, dryers, those things. They also take electronics, which is a thing that came about a couple years ago, mandatory through the state. Governor Sanford helped sign off on that bill. So we do about 340 tons of electronics a year. And we collect used oil, used filters, oil filters, batteries, antifreeze at some of the sites. So we try to be one-stop shop, if you can, of the recycling and your household trash.
The newest thing that you recycle is the electronics.
Yes.
Where do those go and what happens to them?
The company we deal with right now is called Powerhouse Recycling. They've got a couple of centers, one's in North Carolina and one's in Georgia. Basically, they go through these and recycle the components inside the TV and all that. We have a company, our newspaper and our cardboard both go to right now is Pratt Recycling. Every quarter we do a little bit of process to find out who's going to be paying the highest price, and right now we're dealing with Pratt Industries.
And that's per ton?
By the ton. And the prices vary.
From what to what?
Cardboard can go, I've seen it as low as $75. I've seen it go up to $180 a ton. A ton.
And how many tons does Anderson County recycle a month or a year?
Basically, last year we did around 7,600 tons, I believe it was. The cardboard, the newspaper, and all the other items that we sell. About $460,000 in revenue.
Almost $500,000.
Almost $500,000.
And the number one revenue producer from a recycling standpoint in Anderson County is what?
Right now we get the most money out of our metal products, which would be aluminum cans, steel cans, and the wash machines and the dryers. The second one is cardboard, and we need all that we can get from our residents.
Where does the metal go? How is it recycled?
Right now a company called Commercial Metal takes it. We get paid by the ton for it, and like I said, that varies also in price.
We keep preaching this recycling. How would you assess residents of Anderson County are doing when it comes to recycling?
We are doing pretty good. Last year we got an award for being over 40% in the state, so we were happy with that. DHEC was very pleased with it. We think we're close to that this year also, but we could do a lot more. If everyone was to look into their trash can and see what would come out of it to be recycled, you'd probably see 50 to 60% of it could be recycled. It's just, you got to take the time to do it, but also understand that if you recycle it, it can help save on your solid waste fees and those kind of things, so it's good to recycle.
The trash that's not recyclable, what happens to that trash?
Trash is collected there. It goes to Anderson Regional Landfill up in Belton. Our tipping fee right now is $23.90 a ton. It was around $29 last year, so we did get a better rate on that. So it is cheaper than that. And you need to think, when you recycle, you not only gain the part of what you get paid for the recyclables, but you also save $23.90 per ton that doesn't go to the landfill.
And what happens with it once it gets to the landfill?
It is buried into it goes into the ground basically. They have liners and things and DHEC requirements that they have to go by, and they basically bury it. We could just about recycle 50% of what goes into the landfill if people would take the time to do that. And like I said, there's a savings to them if they do, because of course no one wants to pay taxes and fees and things of that nature, so to help keep the solid waste fee down, the more you recycle, the more revenue we make, then we don't have to go up on that fee. 15
years ago, y'all started something here at this facility that you gave folks with disabilities an opportunity to come to work.
Mm-hmm.
Why did we do that?
Well, we were looking for a means to recycle our product, and it's hand-picked off the line to make sure that we get a clean product, so thought it was a great thing. These folks come in here, they're happy every morning, they're happy when they leave, they enjoy working with Anderson County, and we appreciate them. They're very good workers, and they work from the time they come in to the time they leave.
And they got a good attitude. What about their dependability?
Very seldom is any one of them out, unless they have a vacation week or something, but very seldom one even calls in sick.
On time?
Always on time and ready to go. Having
them here, what does that do for the rest of the employees and the department, knowing that you're providing these people with a unique opportunity to work?
I think it helps keep our morale up. Like I said, they're good folks, they're happy. Shows others, be happy when you come to work. And they enjoy being here, and they like to tell their friends, and we always enjoy telling other folks and trying to give other places opportunities. When I go visit with other counties and even industries, if I see an opportunity for disability needs to go out there, I'll mention to them what they're doing here at this site. And like I said, they're in about 7 other facilities in the county. I think we were like the second one to start using it, because I believe Electrolux was first when I first heard about them, and we just got looking at the process and the things we do, and the fit's great.
Years ago, there was the thinking that if we could get into elementary schools, teach those youngsters why littering was so bad, that as they grew older and became adults, our litter problem would decrease. I don't think that's happened, has it?
I do not believe it's decreased, for sure, from looking on the side of the roads right now. I think part of it is the pickup basically decreased when economics were not quite as good several years ago. There were cutbacks and crews picking up on the sides of the roads and all that. So as we've went on and things have been getting better, the county has actually got 2 crews on the road right now from the detention center that pick up on the side of the roads, and they pick up between 1,200, 1,600 bags a month right now. It's hard to keep up with all of it, so we need everyone's help in not throwing it out, first of all, and second of all, help pick up. Don't be just a complainer, be a helper. And we all got to work together, and it's whether it's the county, SCDOT, into our schools, Palmetto Pride, our representatives, everybody's got to do the same thing and help out.
Why is it that we're so prone to litter?
The only thing I can put to that is laziness. A lot of times people just don't want to take it back to the house, and they want to get it out of the car. I've seen anything where people just put over the side of the road and raked it out of their car. Sometimes it's people don't cover their loads, but that actually has improved over the years. We had a good cover your load program. People understand you can be fined when your load's not covered properly and secured, so that has become a thing that people are actually doing better about. So most of the trash that you see on the side of the road is thrown out of the window, and a lot of times if you look at it, yeah, there's fast food items, but there's also soft drink bottles, aluminum cans, water bottles, that kind of stuff that can be recycled. On April 13th, Anderson County will be having a Great Anderson County Cleanup. We need everybody to volunteer that possibly can. Groups, churches, individuals, whoever. The county will help provide trash bags, grabbers, gloves, all those kind of things. We'll actually, once you pick it up, we'll come by the side of the road and pick it up in our vehicles, and so you don't even have to take it to a convenience center or nothing. We'll be glad to do that and work with you on it. It's a good time to show force of everybody going out there and picking up like that. We're going after litter as best we can on the enforcement side of things, but we need to sit there and show our kids that it's important to keep our roads clean. It's great for economic development. When these companies come in and see what we have and see that it's clean, they look for parks to be clean, they look at our schools to be clean. So these are things that we need to take in consideration before we throw something out the side of the window.